Okay, World History students, we're going to finish up our graphic organizer, and this will help us to do a couple of things. First, it will help us to really understand how life was changed, or how society was changed from before the scientific revolution to after the scientific revolution. The first thing I would like to do in this lecture is I'm going to read you the content elaborations from the state standard, and then we're going to break it down into just a couple of notes just to make it crystal clear. The second thing I'd like to do in this lecture is pull just a few things from the article we spent 2 days of class time on to show you how that can also fit into our graphic organizer. And the third and final thing I'd like to do is to show you an example test question and show you the answer to that. So it's definitely a test question that you'll see in your assessment for this unit, so pay close attention to that at the end. And then again, all of this will help you to answer an essay question that we'll be doing on Friday. So you need to watch this video before Friday of this week. So let's read the content elaboration first. So it starts: the scientific revolution marked a shift from the perception that truth is revealed solely through the Bible and the church to the perception that truth could be learned through experience and investigation. It challenged religious teachings on the origin of the universe and explanations for natural phenomena. The church reacted strongly against the scientists who challenged established beliefs. The scientific revolution served as the beginning of challenging of established ideologies, leading to the Enlightenment, and eventually the political revolutions that took place in Western Europe and colonies beginning in the late 18th century. The scientific revolution's impact on cultural institutions included education. The number of scientific academies and museums grew with the support of monarchs. The Royal Society of London and the French Academy of Science helped establish the credibility of science as a discipline. The scientific method paved the way for modern science. New scientific discoveries resulted from this new way of explaining natural phenomena, impacting the study of anatomy, astronomy, mathematics, and medicine. Okay, so that was right from the text, the content elaborations from the website, from the state website. So let's unpack it a little bit. Let's figure out how we can understand it in just a brief couple of notes. So the first thing I'm going to say from the first paragraph is that we can see that it is a shift, the scientific revolution. So we're talking about the scientific revolution. And scientific, that's an I there, revolution, and I'm just going to put REV. So the scientific revolution was a shift from the ancient text and church to discovery. Shift from the ancient text and church to discovery through experience and investigation. Through experience and investigation. So shift from ancient text and the church to discovery through experience and investigation. That's really what it was. And we also can take out of that first paragraph, we can say that the church negatively, or they were not happy, negatively reacted And we're going to learn more about this in class with some specifics as far as what the church did. How did they negatively react? Negatively reacted. Reacted. Okay. So let's go ahead and break down the next paragraph of our content elaboration. It says the scientific revolution served as the beginning of the challenging of established ideologies leading to the Enlightenment, eventually the political revolution that took place in revolution. So the first thing I'm going to say is scientific revolution leads to the Enlightenment. And we haven't reached the Enlightenment yet, but now you'll know that when we do start talking about the Enlightenment, it'll match right up with this scientific revolution we've started with. And the scientific revolution also causes political revolutions. And just so we're all on the same page, when I say revolution, I mean that a government loses power through a violent uprising or sometimes a peaceful uprising, but power is exchanged. So say there's a king or a queen, and that king or queen is thrown out of office, and then a new government is put in place. So that's what I mean when I say this revolution. And this eventually we'll see in class that the scientific revolution leads to political revolution. And then let's go ahead and move on to the next note from the content elaboration. And we read this in the text also. We can say that scientific academies grew. Scientific academies grew. Scientific academies grew. In the example we read in our article that we spent 2 days on, if you'll recall, was the Royal Society in London. And the Royal Society in London became the first scientific journal, if you'll recall. So we'll just put examples here. The Royal Society in London. And that'll be good as far as notes go on our content elaborations.